Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This is Valentina and A Million Ways. Hi, we miss you guys.
Hello, ladies. We're back.
We're back.
Won't get rid of us so easily.
No.
We're here to stay.
Until that booty gets skinny, I'm still gonna post every day.
Like my keto face.
Yeah. Trust me, I do it on a selfie.
Exactly. Oh, you have the drawer for it.
I'm working on the jaw, girl. That Kate Moss jaw. The booty just need to follow.
Exactly. I'm like, as long that's the shot.
Yes, exactly. And from the high, because higher you get, the better it is. So today, guys, quick introduction, a little bit of silliness. Today, what we want to talk about, we mentioned it in our previous video, setting goals. I think it's something that it's absolutely a must. And when you're in a weight loss journey, if you are in a business model, if you are in a financial, you want to set goals. And I think it should be applied as well on weight loss journey as well. So that being said, we have different approach to our setting goals. We mostly use the SMART approach. We just add the extra Y, so we called it SMART T. The reason why it's because you need to embrace yourself. The why it's for yourself, for actually
you. Sorry.
Exact. You have to bring the best out of you, and you have to treat yourself. Every milestone you achieve, treat yourself with something. Could it be a little jewelry? Could it be a
spa day?
Yes, a spa day, a necklace, going to do your nails, your hair, or even fitting in your favorite jeans that you didn't fit for the last couple of years. So that's what we want to plan to do, to make sure that you guys understand very correctly in your weight loss journey. Set up your goals from the beginning. And please get a pen and paper. You're going to have some little notes to do and a little bit of homework to do as well. Amélie, let's get started.
Yes. So yes, to be successful, you need goals. So you make sure to stay on track. So for me, I'm going to dig in my situation. So I was 270 pounds. Yes. I lost 22 pounds. So now I'm 193 pounds. My goal is 170 pounds. To achieve those goals, I'm not tackling the big number. I'm not like, okay, 93, so I have to lose 23 pounds. I prefer to go about it differently, so that's why I'm going to share. So what I'm doing, it's my target every week, it's 2 pounds. I'm losing 2 pounds a week. This is my short-term goal. My middle-term goal, it's either to tackle the 5 or to change units. So for now, I'm 193. Every week, I'm losing 2 pounds. So by the end of this week, I should be 191. And my goal is 189. So I'm going to change unit. So these are good moments. Oh, I'm no longer in the 90s. I'm going to be in the 80s. So especially like when I was 200 pounds, trust me, I was so happy to be 199. Yes. It was a big day for me, to get down that. And this way, I can track my 2 pounds a week and getting to the 5. Like, for example, when I'm going to get to 189, so you understand the process, my new medium goal will be 185. Right? So 2 pounds a week, it's probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I should reach my goal. So I just need to stay focused for 2-3 weeks and I already reached my goal. And once I'm 185, my new goal will become a change of unit, 179. So you always...
Yeah. Yes.
So that's my way. And I wanted to share this with you because for me it worked and I shared it with some good friends and it worked for them. The only thing with this technique, you have to weigh yourself every morning or every night. I suggest in the morning because usually that's where you're lighter. So you just have to, at least to weigh yourself once a week. But I really recommend you weigh yourself every day. But when you do, you have to have the mindset I told you. It has to be fun. It has to be like that 2 pound focus, not that 170. Because if I do every time I weigh myself and I'm like, oh, I'm not 180. It's going to be like, how many weeks? Okay, 23, 2 weeks. Okay, it's going to take me 10 weeks. 10 weeks, it's like 3 months. So it's so far away. Yeah. So don't do that to yourself, ladies.
No.
I weigh myself every day. But the way I stay motivated, it's because my only goal is to lose 2 weeks. And my bigger goal is to get to that 5 or to that 9 change of units. So I always stay. So it's on my day-to-day, it's easier not to give to the temptation, right?
Yeah.
So like, I know I lost my 2 pounds. I'm there. I'm going to weigh myself in 2 days. Hey, girl, let's have a McDonald's. No, I don't think I'm going to. Compare that if I'm at the beginning of my week, I might say, okay, let me indulge in something, whatever it's going to be my indulging. But I know that after I can really be more on my stuff to make sure that I'm going to reach that 2 pound, lose that 2 pounds during that week. So that's how I lost my 22 pounds. That's how I tracked my results of my last weight loss.
Yes, and it's important to actually track your result, because that's what, when you see the data or the number on your scale, it's funny because my way of tracking my progress wasn't really on the scale. I weighed myself in the beginning of my journey. I had a heart attack, and after I recovered from my heart attack, I decided that I'm going to do and that's something that we're going to tackle on more on another video, the self-sabotage thing. I am a type of person that if I lose 10 pounds and I see actually that I lost 10 pounds, I want to reward myself, but not in the right way. I'm going to reward myself with garbage food, put it that way. And I don't want to reward myself because I know myself that I could go and my cheat day is going to last 60 days. So I don't want to go that way. So my way of measuring or putting my goal to be specific for the SMART was actually, I want to fit by September 15 in my favorite jeans that I didn't wear for 10 years. It was size 8. And that was actually my goal. How did I measure? That was on the 6 months frame, but every week. Now I'm going to sound a little bit psycho for you guys. My success, I measure it not only by, I didn't want to go on the scale because I know that I do a lot of self-sabotage. And if the scale doesn't move or it moves too fast, I'm going to self-sabotage myself. So for me, the scale thing was in the beginning and at the end to see how much I lost. I was taking clothes that were a little bit too small, I would say, or they were tight. And that's how I measure my progress. Every week I was going in my closet. That's it. Okay, last time I wore those pants, they felt quite tight. Let's see how it goes. The next week, how it goes. And there was one pair of pants that I remember I purchased and I couldn't wear them because they were so tight that actually if I would bend, they would just burst open. And I said, okay, that's going to be my middle. Yeah, that was my middle goal. And I remember this summer I put those pants and they were baggy. Actually, I can't wear those pants anymore because they're too big.
Oh, I love that.
I love
That's the best feeling when you start like being too skinny for all your clothes and everything is like so loose and you're like, everything don't fit me no more. That's the good feeling.
Exactly. And you feel motivated. Me, that keeps me focused. I didn't want it. People were coming to me, how much did you lose? And I didn't have any idea how much I lost because I didn't want to have, oh my God, you're so skinny, you lost so much. How did you do? So I don't want to have that talk with the people. So me, I use my clothes as a guideline and the tape measurement. So in my specific goals was really, instead using a number of pounds that I wanted to lose, I use an item of clothes. So when you're going to write down your specific goal, for example, I want to lose 20 pounds in 20 weeks, and I want to exercise 4 times a week, 30 minutes, and by eating, let's say, keto. That's a specific goal. Write it down, because when you write down something, you commit to themselves. And as a weight loss journey, we tend to do, I'm going to exercise. But you didn't put that in your calendar to exercise. You just say, I'm going to exercise. You have to take that time in your calendar. If you have to get up half an hour earlier to go and for a walk around the block, do it. You have to make that commitment for yourself. If you do not commit,
if I can add to that, it's you set your goals, and depending on your goals, then you build your own strategy, right? So that's what she's referring to. So you write your goals, and with your goals, then you have to create a strategy. I'm going to do keto. I'm going to train 4 times a week. I'm going to cook. So then the changes in your life happens. Yeah. So that's why it's important to have realistic goals. with the strategy that you're comfortable to put in place. For example, like my goal was 2 weeks, 2 pound a week.
Yeah.
But like I could have said 5 pound a week, but my strategy would have been very more intense, like compared to, so you have to be realistic. I'm just like setting goals versus what you're ready to put in your calendar, and you think that is really realistic to get into your life, and tomorrow change your lifestyle and make those adjustments. So I just wanted to clarify. So between the goals and the strategy to achieve your goal, they go together. You cannot put yourself a goal. I want to lose 15 pounds this month.
I wish.
But my strategy is just, I'm going to stop eating bread. It's not realistic. Work. If you want to lose 5 pounds in your month and you know that you eat a lot of bread, then it could be a good goal and a good strategy. So
yeah. And I like the fact that you talk on the realistic part. For example, me with PCOS, I cannot set up a goal of 2 pounds a week because I know my body, it's not realistic. As a someone who struggle with PCOS, insulin resistant, if I lose maybe half of a pound or a pound a week, it's a huge celebration. So you know your body, please, you have to understand that someone could lose 5 pounds a week and you're going to lose, I don't know, maybe half of a pound, and it's as much as a success for you than it's for somebody else. So when you set up your goals, make sure that, yes, they are absolutely realistic to you, and you know yourself, and there's only one person who actually knows what your condition. It's yourself. I could tell you can lose 2 pounds because that's what everywhere on the website they recommend. A person shouldn't lose between 1 and 2 pounds or whatever it is. Well, for you,
it's a health. They say it's a healthy way of losing weight. Yeah. But yeah, she's totally right. Like, you have to be conscious of how your body reacts. Yeah. I have to. I want to put a note in there just so you know. Even with this technique, even if you're really on time and you really respect your strategy, for me it's always like that. Every time I put this my new routine, it takes me 2 weeks before having results. So I just don't want you to start it and I didn't lose weight. It takes 2 weeks for your body to really see the change. So you have to. We'll talk about it on another video how we lost the weight, but we really wanted to dedicate a video just for setting goals to help maybe people that don't want to know how we lost the weight but are willing to learn more about new ideas of how to set goals. So that's why we cut them, but obviously they go hand in hand. But just be patient and be compassionate and like enjoy the journey. You start, like for me, just to say, like the first week I didn't lose 2 pounds. The first 2 weeks it was more of a balance, and then when you start losing, then if you keep going, usually you can have that rhythm. But I don't have a PCOS, so
it's easier. It's different. That's why we like the perspective to bring two type of women and dealing with two different conditions and different way of losing. I'm following keto. She's following more muscular, more intermittent fasting. And it's totally okay. The way you're going to achieve your goals, the road that you're going to take to achieve it, it's going to be your own personal road. I don't think there's 3 women that can follow the same diet and have the same type of result. That's why I take a piece of and a paper and write it down. What's my goal? Start with that. It has to be specific. It has to be measurable. How much you want to lose weight? How often do you want to exercise? How long you want to exercise? You have to write it down. It's a commitment that you're doing to yourself.
The lifestyle for the food.
Yes.
Food too.
Yes. Is it achievable?
Are you ready to cook? Are you not going to cook? You have to be honest with yourself.
Exactly. And don't lie. Honestly, I did that. I tried to pretend that I'm going to do a certain way. And I was just lying to myself. And it was like in my head, there's one person who said, that's such a BS. You know that you're not going to do it. And the other way,
I'm going to wake up at 4 every morning and run for an hour and a half.
Exactly. And you know that it's impossible. And I knew that it was impossible, but I write it down because you know what? It looks so good on paper saying that. So you know yourself and you know your lifestyle. So take that paper and say, okay, how often do I can? And I'm willing to commit. Then is it achievable? It's a question that you should ask. Is my goal, are they realistic? Is it something that actually I can achieve. Like someone with PCOS, and you ask me, I'm going to lose 15 pounds in a matter of a month. It's not quite realistic, to be honest.
It's very extreme in any case.
Extreme. I would have to
unless you weigh a 400 pound, but
exactly
regular, yeah.
So in my case, it won't be realistic. And on top of that, maybe it would be realistic if I fast for 20 days out of those 30 days. Am I willing to do that step? I'm not sure. I love fasting. Don't get me wrong.
Is it good for your body?
You can go up to 40 days water fast, but that's another subject. And you have to be a doctor has to follow you. But that's, you know what? Am I willing to do that? No, not really. It's not something.
Try to stay away from the extremes. If I can give you an advice, try to be kind to yourself. Make a plan that you wouldn't be shy or to give to someone else. Don't give yourself a plan that you would never recommend to someone else. Be kind, be reasonable, be honest, be conscious of your lifestyle, be conscious of what's difficult for you, what's easy for you. Like for me, I know it's easier to train. For example, it's easy to add exercising in my life than stop eating certain things, especially when I'm in the midst that I'm trying to. So it's easier to add, like I will exercise 3-4 times a week, but I keep eating what I'm eating, but at least now I'm burning more calories. And then once I'm used to training, okay, I'm going to add, now I'm going to cook you really have to be honest with yourself about the way you are, so you can, it's losing weight is also an adjustment of lifestyle, so you're kind of changing your lifestyle, so it stays forever. So that's where it's fun to set goals, set the strategy, the adjustment you're ready to make, and make a plan that is realistic. So once you get there and you have the final result, you can just keep living the way you are, because that's your new day-to-day.
And I like what you mentioned, because it is a lifestyle usually, and I made that mistake. I'm going to do a crash diet. I'm going to lose 20 pounds in, I don't know, 60 days or 20 days or 30 days. Crash diet. You barely eat. You just basically, you train like crazy, and you will end up losing. But as soon you finish with that crash diet, that celery juice, that, I don't know, cookie diet, you're going to be...
And everybody telling you how beautiful and amazing you are. And you're like, yeah, I know.
Yes, and you end up getting it back and more. And this is something that happened to me quite often. I did crash diet. I saw it more as a short-term period. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. This is what I need to lose. Let's do this fast. And I want it as fast as possible. But then it's not really sustainable. So my lifestyle, I'm going to still start to eat the way I used to eat. I used to drink and not bring the healthy lifestyle. So when you start something and you set up your goals, you mentioned, and I think it's very important, make sure it's something that you can keep up on the long term. If you put to exercise 5 times a week, and you know that could last only 2 months, and after 2 months you know it's not possible, why don't you start just doing 3 or 2 times a week, walking instead running? You know your body, you know your lifestyle, adapt to it. You have to adapt to it. And
and don't be too extreme. Like the training, like I was one of them, so there's no judgment here. I'm just really putting everything on the table. First of all, I don't share my weight with people. I'm telling you here because that's the purpose of the video. But I forgot to say, but your weight has nothing to do with nobody else but you. So you don't have to say your weight. You don't have to share your weight. You don't have to be ashamed of your weight. It's really about you and you. This being said,
let's put it clear.
So for me, it was the same thing. I used to be very hard on myself. Like, okay, if I'm going to train, I'm going to train every day, 5 days a week, 2 hours. And because I didn't have that energy, and I would prevent myself from making that change. So also don't ever underestimate the power of little step. If you cannot train for an hour, it's okay, girl. If it's 5 times a week, and if it's 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes. If it's like stretching for 15 minutes every day, it's a start. I'm going to stretch every day 15 minutes. So, like, be kind with your strategy. Be realistic about who you are, and make gentle little steps. So it's easier for you to keep on, and you'll be happier. It will be easier and natural. So it's easier after to keep on. I love my stretching. Like,
Yes.
oh my God, I cannot no longer, if I don't, you hear those people, if I don't train, I'm not good. I don't feel good. I don't function. And you're like, really? But
Honestly,
it gets into, after it becomes natural.
it does, and it's crazy because when I first start my journey when the COVID hit, I start to walk. So my first goal was 10,000 steps. Then I realized, you know what? Let's aim for 14,000 steps. So I'm like, okay, I can do it, 4,000 steps, 14,000 steps. Then from that, I went to, okay, I want to walk 10K every week. Every day, every day I'm going to walk 10K. I'm going to go during my lunchtime. I'm going to go afternoon with my kids. That was my goal. Then my other goal.
It was progressive.
Exactly.
So it was progressive.
It was progressive.
If you would have started with 10,000 feet, maybe you'll be like...
Exactly. And it kind of my body adapt. Then I had a neighbor, because she's amazing. She's my best partner of walking. So we do 12K for 60 days straight. Rain, I don't care. Snow, I didn't care.
Love it.
We walk 12K every single day for 60 days. It was amazing. The energy you get, that's where my body started to shift. It was absolutely great. And today I can tell you that I can run 5K nonstop. If you ask me 6 months prior, if I was able, I would say absolutely not. I had hard time to get up the stairs in my house without feeling like this. So it's progressive, and I didn't put that pressure on me. It happened absolutely naturally. And it felt just right. And your body's going to tell you, does it feel right? And when you put the stress to your body, you stimulate cortisol level. And the cortisol, what I do, well, for me, I'm getting fatter. So some people, I cannot be stressed. I have to be zen. I have to do my meditation. I have to pray, because my cortisol level impact my body, my GI system, and everything.
So that's it. I think we shared enough with the goals, but for sure, if you have questions, comment, you want to share the way you set your goals, you want to share your story, your goals, we would love you to share with us, so we can comment and maybe we can add new stuff to this conversation. So please share with us your goals and how you set your goals and your strategies and success and unsuccess. Everything will open to comment and share with you.
Absolutely. And don't forget to put yourself in the middle of your goals, because you are the master of your success. And this is something we forget very often. You have to put yourself in that middle. And
yes, and work on your goal this week.
Yes.
Work on your goals this week. Do your strategy this week. We're going to come soon with a challenge. So it would be amazing. So you would have your goals and your little strategy in place. So when we do the challenge, maybe not necessarily do the challenge we're doing.
Yeah.
If you want, we invite you to do it with us. But at least if not, we can share that 2 weeks of challenge together. You can have your own challenge and we have our own challenge, and we can share on this channel and we'll be happy and to talk with you and exchange with you if you share your plan and the result. It will be fun. This is a community, guys, so we're sharing our journey with you, and we're really hoping and open to have your stories too.
Absolutely. Down below on the description, right after you subscribe and I'm going to add the step of setting a goals, the SMARTY goals, which is specific. So I'm going to add up every step and where you have to enter with a quick example.
Thank God I have her. I'm like, yes, that's a good idea. So I'm a new YouTuber, so that's why.
So when you're going to set up your goals, please go look exactly the steps to follow to be smart, to be specific, to be measurable, to be achievable, to be actually realistic. Very important, ladies, for us, especially when you hit a certain age, it has to be realistic, and it has to be in time. 6 months, a year, 2 years, and whatever it is and whatever works for you. So I'm going to put down the description, a little bit guidelines to help you to set up that goals and actually go through that process with you. So
we love you, girls. Oh, boys.
Please do not give up. Don't give up on yourself, and you'll be so proud in 6 months. I promise you, you'll be proud of yourself, and girl, you're going to look sexy in that bikini.
Exactly. As soon as we can travel, we'll be ready to travel to Barcelona. I'm joking. The scenario is all made up.
Me, it's Italy. I want to go to Italy.
Oh, that would be so beautiful. Some wine in Italia.
With
some
pasta.
beautiful. Yeah, I know.
So guys, thank you.
Thank you, guys.